Constantine, we need to have a serious conversation. What is it, Father? What is it that you need to say? First, I am proud of you for overcoming your superstitious foolishness with your son. Thank you, Father. I've seen that you have granted him lands and titles in Lotharingia. Yes, I regret that he may, in the future, suffer some difficulty because of my foolishness in not stamping out those rumors when he was a boy. It was bad judgment of you, but not as bad as what I've actually come to speak to you of. Father, you will end your war with your cousin, but you have no right to Fear's land. He raised me as his own. No, that is an excuse. He has a son I raised myself. You will end this war, but nothing. When my own sons violate my succession lines within my own kingdom, I am made to look a fool. I will not be made to look a fool by you, Constantine. I favor you greatly, and I have done many things on your behalf. So this thing you must do for me. Just say yes, boy. Yes, Father. I will end the war. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with King Fergus, the Hammer of the Heathens of Alba. What a day. What a day. We're gonna begin with our son Constantine the Wolf. He seems to be getting along better with his son. He's actually providing him with an education personally, and I think he's doing okay. He at least knows a little bit about intrigue, something that I have no clue about, so it seems sensible, even though I probably would still do a better job because of my education traits. Still seems right. It seems right that he should be handling his own son. He seems to have gotten over any trepidation as he's gotten used to the boy being around. It was probably just the shock, you know, having never experienced stuff and not being as educated as his father, having never even read about the possibility of a pigmentless boy. Over here, we got something else we want to do too. I sort of set it up last episode, but I don't remember if I made it into the last cut because it was a quick little thing I went over. This is Estmund. He is an Anglo-Saxon boy from our court who is being trained, and I picked him because he's a noble. And we married him to Necton's daughter. We originally incorrectly did it. Oh, we have to do this event. Busied amidst another day at court, I overhear my wife Queen Ibig's distinctive irate tone. Ebba seems to have gotten her goat. Stepping closer, I see my guests smugly jeering. These so-called fashions are an embarrassment. They would be fit only for servants and children at any respected Anglo-Saxon court. You don't be saying stuff like that. You're just a guest here. I gotta tell you, whatever it is I decide to do here, yeah, I'm just gonna... Wait, what is this? That's dumb. No, what we're going to do is we're going to make our wife a little bit upset by increasing the cost of our fashion, and then we're going to dismiss her so she can get the hell out of here for talking down to us. In our court of all things, a place that she comes to as a guest and stays only at our will. So that's a thing. Goodbye and never come back. Thank you. All right. So what we were trying to do, though, is we were trying to reinstate a betrothal between those two children. But it doesn't seem to be happening. Where is it? Mother, child, there, it's back. And now it's properly matrilineal, which is what we wanted to begin with. Now that we have a matrilineal connection between these two, I think I have him under a ward. Yes, do I have her under? She does not have a guardian, so she deserves a guardian as well. She wants to be intrigue related. We will give her, I guess she's Baravian though. The thing about Baravian is I don't know if they're any good at education beyond the most superficial. I mean, Albans are, right? Because we have, do we? I legitimately think I may be wrong. Yeah, I thought for some reason that this gave better education traits, but it doesn't. Nor does refined poetry. I don't know why I thought they did. There are definitely ones that do, but none of the ones that I picked. So, let's see. I guess we can just give her this Moravian lady then. This, she can look to the girl's education. And we're going to keep them in court for a bit longer. I'll just hold on to the extra domain. In fact, the best probable thing for me to do here would be to put my wife back on assist ruler so that I can hold the extra domain till I'm ready to hand it over to the boy. I'll also hand over to him the duchy title, which will just, people can be upset that we're holding 3 for a bit. It's like 8 years away before he grows up, but we're not going to deal with it right now. We're going to station these guys someplace. This looks to be best right now of the places we hold. We won't be holding Loopback for long, so we'll put them here. Good. We'll also get my Duke Commac. Actually, he needs to be fixing the Merns first. After all the difficulty of last time, holding too many duchies makes people a little unhappy. We are first in line to inherit the rest of the kingdom that was once Conmac, son of Constantine's territory. His son is dying. He's not dying, he's in poor shape because of bad injuries, so it's very likely he'll make it through. He hasn't been treated like by the doctor yet, which is always a problem with these situations. Excellent. It's interesting that his house is now called a Gabrain, which, you know, our house used to be called until we changed it to Findbarr. That's fine. Not really sure what connection he has to that name. A Mind to Mold. Young Suspect Mare Dirge's Kircher has at last arrived from Kirmir for her education. Riata will begin her lessons immediately. Good. So they both have gotten educators. I am going to have to... Oh, who's this? This is her. I got a weird feeling about this. Like, I feel like it'd be nice if I could just hand her over to England. Like, I could just be like, yo, England, I've got a vassal I'd like to give you, but you can't pass vassals outside of your domain. So instead, we're just going to pass this up, because I'd rather she go to England, either through conflict or voluntarily. Oh, he has a new wife. His strange wife has finally died, and the new wife has basically... Nope, his old wife gave him a son just before she died. What did she die of, anyway? Stress. Yeah, she has that kind of face. Hope this boy grows up to look a little bit more like his father than his mother. There's this brand new wife, too, who's probably going to give him some more children. Where does she come from? Oh. She's my niece. She's the daughter of the dwarf and my sister. So the King of England married my niece from Spain, who has an excellent Republican heir trait. Yeah, she must have been terrible at stewardship before she picked this up, but hey, you know, it's better than nothing. She's also a fornicator, so we don't know about that. That's not our thing. She has a child already. This is the granddaughter of the king. I would like her to be educated in my court if we can do that. She's probably going to turn out to be pensive or stewardship. Like this woman, or even her. We could raise her alongside the young woman that we're going to put the husband of into the border of Denmark. We could do that. So we'll offer this guardianship. We'll also convert her culture if they'll accept it. She can come up here and, you know, live with the other side of her family. I think it's a good compromise since she is a bastard who they probably just need a convenient solution to, since she's now the Queen of England and really can't be holding her bastard in high esteem. So that's a thing we can do for them out of generosity. We could hold court, and we will consider it. We could found a holy order, but we're using our money for other things right now. I don't want to raise a rune stone. We don't need to. And we can evangelize the realm, but that's being held for later when we hold more Norse territory. So we're not going to do any of that stuff. We're not vassalizing her. We're not feudalizing this because it's not something that we can really afford to spend money on. That's for the future leader there to do, not for us. We need a heir here. We can see if we get a decent successor through the randomizer, and if we don't, we'll marry someone to do it. We can negotiate an alliance with our niece, which we will. Oh, she's not looking good either. This lady starves herself to death. Hope she lives through that pregnancy. What else do we have going on here? There's titles that we can create. We do want to create the Kingdom of Ireland, because with the kingdom titles we have now, it's going to start being confused, I think. Especially if we get another one. Once we get Denmark, this may just confuse it and try to give him something other than Ireland. Because if we have an actual existent title to give him, it will prefer to give him the existent title and not to make the non-existent title. So in order to make it balance out, we're going to probably have to actually pay the money for that, but it doesn't have to happen now. We're not close to death. We're not close to death at all. So let's come down here. So right now we have armored footmen positioned here. You know, I actually think we might not do anything about that. I think we might just wait until after we have the money to make the shrine, since we're so close. I'm gonna send him over to clean up. Actually, we should stay in the main territory first because it is our highest priority. So let's keep with our highest priority for a bit first. I think we're trying to we're trying to fill in all of our men-at-arms right now. That's why this is down. I don't need to demand a hostage from the King of France. I'm not terribly afraid of the King of France. I also am okay with my wife's hook just expiring. So this guy, he's probably not naturally good enough to be a knight, so we may have to force him, but 12 is okay. Yeah, 12 is okay, so let's force him. I mean, we do have 12, so it will just push out a 12, right? Yeah. That's perfectly fine. So we'll force you, which should push out another 12 from the list, right? Oh, we have an 8 too. I think we should just forbid this 8. We're just gonna forbid all the way down the line, because we don't want any of these people to be risking their lives as knights when they're not suited to the job. Now we should be able to put him in. That's great. We don't want to retire. We almost clicked retire for no reason. That's good. Could probably try to grab another knight. Let's see if there's any marryable women. Let's see. Court. Adult. Female. Unmarried. We have 2 people. They're both older. She is the person that we have now being the guardian of these 2 girls, although one of them hasn't shown up yet. We can find her a high prowess spouse. Someone a little younger would be nice, but not too much younger, because we don't want to marry too young a man to someone her age. You know, he's almost the same age as her. That's probably fine. Let's make sure that we match linealist. Let's check this. Yeah, it's 27 is huge. So he can come in. He's Franconian. I mean, we now actually control a big chunk of Franconian territory, right? Now that we have Lotharingia. So that's cool. Constantine seems to be doing well down here. He's got a decent number of troops, although he is not the strongest vassal in Lotharingia. This woman is. A mine to mold. So she's shown up. That's good. Try to find her a better future than languishing down in Spain as the bastard child of the second Queen of England. That's good. Oh, a stewardship lifestyle perk. What were we at? We are at popular figurehead. So everybody likes us more. That seems about right. We get pinned characters. They're both dead, so we don't need to pin them anymore. But we are still looking out for their family. That's for sure. We're not going to let that pass. Head of Faith gold. That'll put us over what we need. That's a big chunk of gold. You lovely, lovely, beautiful young pope. This is a warrior pope too. Somebody pointed out the fact that he has a very strong prowess. Let's take a look at that's the culture. Let's take a look at him. Look at this guy, 39 prowess. He's like a warrior pope. He's gonna beat anybody in a wrestling match. Good for him. Of course, I also have an excellent prowess. It is going down from old age because that's the thing that happens when you get super old. You can't really expect to remain healthy forever. Oops, that's the family tree. We can look at the family tree though. It's not a bad thing. So this is us, King Fergus. We have our strange heathen Cainite daughter, and then our two lovely boys. Prince Findbarr has had a daughter. That must have happened without me noticing. Oh, there it is. So the King of Frisia did die. We have even more territory to oversee and even bigger stack of items that we're gonna have to figure out what to do with. Our family has gone pretty well. Our sister has created all of these Iberian children. Fergus, of course, has his two older daughters. His oldest daughter was married matrilineally because for the longest time we thought she would be the heir, right? Then we have this boy who comes from a matrilineal marriage, right? Nope. Nope. He's lowborn. So that's why. She married a lowborn, and the lowborn stayed with our family. And then we have his third daughter, who has also been married twice. Then finally, young Ekgal, who we are personally training, who will end up being the actual heir to Iceland and the Isles. Yeah, her family's looking pretty good. So yeah, I think the family is pretty successful so far, you know? Not big yet, but definitely well established. We've already started the next generation, and maybe even the next generation before long, because Constantine II is going to grow up soon. Well, we've given him a point of diplomacy. I hope that helps him out. And we now have 474 gold because we inherited Frisia. So how does Frisia look? Let's look what we actually hold. So we need to click on something that's literally ours. This will do. So we hold this down here. This is Gascon. The boy here also seems to hold some territory up here in Frisia. And one of those titles that we wanted over here near Polabia. In fact, in Pomerania. All right. He is not a powerful vassal yet, but he is probably going to become one. Sadly, his most useful skill is one that is not ever useful on the council when you're a Catholic, because of course he can't become a bishop. Oh, neighbors can be vassalized. This is Armagnac. Oh, this poor leper. All right. Has an heir. We will include him if he wants to. I would consider marrying his son to my young ward Ingider. I think that would be good for both of them. What did we just sort of got ejected into this Liberty War here. We'll deal with it in a second. Excellent. It must be up here. Yeah, it's up here. So this army exists. They're down here. We're gonna drop a flag. Try to clear up this little war as quickly as possible because it's something we really don't want that much to do with. I'm gonna raise all my men-at-arms, but nothing else. That's probably fine. Actually, maybe our son. No, he's already off commanding another army. Is he commanding this army? No one is commanding this army. Alright, so our siege guy can do it then. I mean, I suppose we can give this to the mercenary captain. And our siege guy can handle the rest down here. Our court musician has died. Duke Conmac has finished control and Lanarkshire. So I guess we're gonna keep getting him on the work of getting everything in control. Always focusing on the home territories first and everything else second. I'm pretty sure this army is going to be well strong enough to take this army out. Our friend has died. Yeah, it's not only we higher quality, but we're also larger than they are. Maybe I should command it myself since I am no coward. And I am still, other than my son, the best commander in Alpa. I'm just going to try to make this quick and then get them to white piece it out. Far from home, a stranger is brought before me. She has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The woman bows deeply. My name is Saga, your highness. I have traveled far and wide and seen many things, but my daughter and I are weary of the road. If you embrace God, you are welcome here. Simple as that. That's how we do things. Will you take the white piece now? You will, so we will do it. Just to make this war over, because we really didn't want to be at it in the first place. Good, let's expand all. See who we have in here that we might be able to ransom. You know, we'll also get rid of the count too. He can't pay, but that's fine. Now, who is this guy? This is this area right here, also in Frisia, which we will offer at normal contract. Good. Excellent. Titles can be created. Whoop. Oh. Everything's happening. Trying to finish the stuff up here. So lively livestock, you can just wait a second. Who is this guy and why does he need to be pardoned? What did he do? The best way to do that is to click in prison because it always shows you under in prison. He is a criminal. He revolted against me. I don't know. Gotta tell ya, I think that's a technicality. Because he didn't, right? Like, he revolted against the guy who died. And I don't know anything about that guy. Maybe that guy did deserve to be revolted against. So I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt, give him the opportunity to prove himself to be a reasonable man, and grant him a pardon. Hopefully he understands what that means and treats it with the respect that it's due. I'm going to give the herd to the Mearns because it's just development growth, which is awesome. So we'll grant him his pardon. Hopefully he understands better what's happening. We've actually done a pretty good job of unifying Frisia here. The problem, of course, is now that we're king of Frisia, as I predicted earlier, I bet it's changed our succession. So we can start running again, though. It hasn't, because we haven't done the most important part of who we are, which is remove the damned elections. We don't believe in elections. Now it's gonna ruin our our succession. Now it's gonna think that should go to our son, you know, because Ireland doesn't exist. Actually, this is correct, right? Frisia, Ireland. This is correct. As long as it stays like this, we're fine. As long as it doesn't get messed up by Denmark, which is also going to be added to the pile pretty soon. A grand tournament or tour might be nice, but right now we're focused hard on development, which means we should go down here. I think after all this time, no, I'll leave that to my son. My son can decide what to do with the Picts. I've been preserving them this long, and I'm not going to change anything about that now. Fife has has heavy infantry in it, so we should probably drop a barracks in Fife. And then if we go to Gowrie, we can see Gowrie is actually set to be good for heavy infantry, spearmen, skirmishers. So maybe that's not right then. Maybe what we do instead is we don't build this. We take our second heavy infantry unit, this one, and we move it to be here because it'd be better there. And that leaves us with the bowmen unassigned. We can run while we're doing this. We can make the bowmen good here by putting down the militia camps here, and then we can assign our bowmen to there. Let's see, assign bowmen here. Okay, that's good. So that's all this stuff done. Mearns is going to need a port once we get around to that. Up here, education at end. How well did you do? 3, Marshal. That's not bad at all. I'm glad we did that. I am going to do something here, though. I want you to marry my new vassal's son. Kim. Her. That'll be... So she'll be 26 when he comes of age. That seems fine. I think that's a suitable marriage. You should be happy to have someone trained in our court to for the marriage. We got children in here from our last war that we did nothing about. Okay, we should demand her conversion and recruit her, provide her with an education. I think we literally just ransomed her out. So that's fine. Let's head back up here. Excellent. If we come into Orkney, we can see needs to be Albanized, needs to be Albanized. So those are finished. That's really everything we control, isn't it? I think so. Right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the extra one is 7. So we're done building for right now, I would say. We could upgrade this, actually. That's not a bad idea. So now we could think about spending some money on an event. Maybe we should do like a unification feast for our new vassals. We're not going to be able to afford a we're not going to be able to afford a tour or anything right now, but we could definitely do a feast. Confirm the feast. No, we can't do it in there? I mean, we could do it up here in Ludbeck. If we do it in our homeland, there's not really much guarantee they'll even come, right? That's the problem. I want guests. Specifically, I don't have a liege. I want vassals. I don't have fellow vassals. I want extended family. Our honorary guest is going to be, I suppose we could do the King of England. You know, I know he's called the Child Killer, but it can't be true, right? We don't believe that. He's our friend. Great. And we're going to do it for recreation. That's fine. We got to travel over there. Guess we should maybe consider grabbing mercenaries. And instead of landing here, we can land here and leave from here. That should make things a little safer. We'll take experienced sailors too. I think that's good. So we're gonna do a feast right on the edge of Denmark, just as a bit of a reminder that we're still out here. He's not escaped us. He's not escaped us. The bottom of this, I think, we'll still see that we have a truce with him. Yes, we do. Yeah, let's go. Get out there on our fresh start. We should probably look at all the stuff we want to get rid of here. We have 2 bloody blades now. That book is basically useless. Oh, we have regalia now. So this is piety, prestige for powerful vassal, romance. Interesting. We got this propaganda chronicle. All right. We get this fine brooch here. We've had for a while. I think we're gonna get rid of the beautiful ragdoll. Oh, there's also this regalia. This is piety, prestige, court attraction opinion, courtly vassal tax contribution. I think this one's better. We got this extra sword. We got this conflict and wrath. This was written about people we know nothing about, so we'll just put it on the market so someone who does care about it can acquire it. This strife in Lotharingia. This is about King Louis of Lotharingia. This guy's been gone for a long time. We're gonna get rid of it because I don't think we're gonna pay for it when it breaks. We will repair the book about our grandmother. And we will repair the Lucky Rabbit's Paw. I think that's good. Let's see if there's anything court artifact wise. I don't think there is because it would have showed up here. Yeah, it would have showed up here, but we'll look anyway. This is the Alpine banner. So this is not us. This is Constantine's banner. We're going to keep it just for old time's sake. We have this Carling House banner. We're not Carlings, and I don't know how we got this, so we'll just get rid of it. We have this renowned stag hide. I don't think we need it. We're never going to put a stag hide over the banners, so that's just a thing. This is also the same problem. No matter how good it is, we're never going to put it up over the banners. So, still got our Swedish war banner up. We're loving it up there. This we're going to give to our son. Most likely, we're going to give a lot of this stuff to our son. This is the other House Gabrain banner. Keep it at a respect for Constantine's children. Well, I mean his grandchildren at that point. This is Strife and Alba. This is Decade King Fergus's victory over the evil Bolthdur. I'm legitimately not sure who she is. She's probably one of the people who did those Norseman raids over and over again. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. Alright. It seems like everything that we're going to get rid of for now. And let's go and do a feast. Talk to our new vassals, primarily about what they think of the situation in the north. Now that we control Frisia and Lotharingia, we're going to have to do some work down in here to just like improve the territory. It's usually a good thing to spend our money on. Maybe we will pause for a second and like we'll go to Luxembourg here. Wow. I don't have a lot of build slots down here, I gotta say. That's fine. I mean, we could upgrade that for our son. Be a nice gift of extra money for him, and then through his taxes, extra money for us. Yeah, okay, that seems fine. We will need money for when this stuff builds, because we're not finished here. We're just finished here for what we can do at this exact moment. It definitely needs to be a bit of a time of peace and calm before our next wars with Denmark. Just let Denmark have a bit of a break. Although we could attack Sweden for this island. I just don't know that we need to do that first. Oh, we have a lovely time ahead of us. Yes. Yes, we do. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at the local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about the great deal he's struck with a fancy lord in pearls and silk. Apparently he drew a map of the local plains for an unknown nobleman. The spies think the lord must be scheming against me or one of my subjects. Yeah, the idiot belongs in my dungeon. So, don't brag. Otherwise you split your money with a king who doesn't really need it. You should be lucky that it's only a fine. There are definitely less civil lords than me who would have taken your head for planning a plot against us. Gotta be watching for what is this? What are you doing? I love you, my son. I love you. But no. Not at all. Don't get the wrong idea. I'll do it again if I've gotta. You need to not try to rob your uncle's son. Your uncle was nothing but good to you, and he gave you an excellent education. You're trying to rob his son? I don't know about that. I question whoever it was among your advisors who gave you that advice. Pretty sure they should have known that I would stop it. Maybe they're trying to create some kind of conflict between us, boy. I don't know. Nonetheless, don't be a fool. All you're doing is hurting the reputation of our family by forcing me to intervene and make it look like I'm not fully in control of the situation, which we do not want our foes to think. Oh, that's convenient. That's really convenient. Because that means we can do a single war with Sweden for all the islands back. Nice. Because I'm pretty sure that's one duchy, right? Yep. Great. Great. Nice. Pretty sure this will count as adjacent. If it doesn't, we'll do it after we take Denmark. That war can't be that far away. Feast, a cheery gathering. My guests are gathered in the Great Hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. I must admit that not being able to bring weapons detracts from the appeal of the celebration. What? No. No. My dear wife, Imig, has been working hard to ensure that everything about the feast goes smoothly. The food arrives on time, the guests are all seated in the right place, and everyone seems content. With Imig beside me, at the great table, everything is ready. I squeeze her hand and smile at her, before rising to announce the start of the celebrations. I couldn't have done it without her, absolutely. Always give credit where credit is due. Time to crack open the secret stores. Yep, that's what it gets. That's what happens when you become a bit of a partier. I mean, extensive conversation with over our delectable dishes as Princess Gormlaw expresses that she finds me most learned and wise. She's trying to make up for her. Oh no. Oh no. Servants were carrying out... Okay, so this guy, the poor new vassal, this leper, has been attacked by a skinned peacock that isn't actually dead. I don't know how it's possible that it's skinned but also not dead. So the Duchess of Man just like murdered the hell out of the thing. Nice. She's a twin, which is kind of cool. This is her twin? Yeah, this is her twin. Married to Duke Conmac. Is it my Duke Conmac? It's Neil, so it's the son of my Duke Conmac. Oh, no, Feast is complete without a prank. You know, some people are just not what you expect them to be. Some people are just waiting to kill birds with their bare hands. The feast is starting to draw to a close, and my visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on King Edwald. Well, of course I'm going to. And now a toast to King Edwald. I mean, that's why we brought him here. He's not our enemy. This guy is not happy. Getting attacked by a bird when you're a leopard is not cool. I'm glad he got well treated, though. We should definitely do this more often. And with that, it's all done. So we have increased our renown amongst our vassals, and I think they have a better idea of who their rightful liege is. Should be a little less conflict in the future, at least among the ones wise enough to show up. The ones who don't like me will have to be dealt with separately, like you. I would like to send you a poem about legacy. And you mocked it. You mocked my beautiful poem. Fine, I'm going to learn your language, because learning High German is just something that's extraordinarily useful to me. And it might make you a little less, unnecessarily antagonistic towards your liege. If we were to declare war on him for a duchy, we could grab Skelland. I think that this is a good idea and we should do it immediately. But as this recording is around 40 minutes now, I think we're going to call this episode to an end and do this war next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me then. Bye for now.